Good day, my friends. Welcome to my new spot where I'm at right now while I am waiting. I'll just fix this a little bit to go down the mountain and attend an appointment that I have in a couple of days. And in the meantime, I have been just trying to reboot, just kind of enjoy nature, enjoy the peace, the quiet, enjoying the birds and the wind. It's just been an amazing place to be at. I really needed a place where I could come to for a few days, not in a campground, just me in nature and nobody next to me, no neighbor. So this has really worked out really well for me. As I mentioned, I have to go and attend this appointment though and go back down the mountain, and I'll be staying at a campground that will put me a little closer to town. So the next day I'll have an easier drive into town to make this appointment that I need to get to. Yeah, so just one of those things off my list that I need to take care of. But in the meantime, this has been an amazing place for me to practice my flute also, and just listen to the birds. They're chirping. Okay, but let me show you around. All right, here is my gorgeous little pit stop place for just a few days. And it worked out really great where I was able to get myself tucked in close to the trees in the late afternoon. So basically I get all the shade from the trees from about like 4 o'clock on, and I get enough sun from that direction, because that's, you know, east, as the sun comes up and over. So I get all that morning sun, my solar gets rebooted, and then I've got all the shade that I need towards the late afternoon when it gets the hottest out here. From like about, you know, 3:30 on, 4 on, it can get really toasty in the Pacific Northwest where I'm at. So it works out great to get that shade, and I still have enough solar to get me through the night. I'm leaving on a Wednesday. I got here on a Monday. So it's perfect for just a couple of days. It's pretty quiet. Hardly anybody was coming in on this road looking for camping. There was some people came in with some horses, a big horse trailer. So I don't know what they're doing. Like, I mean, couple trailers with horses, like coming in and coming out. So they might be just going up further that way to go riding, because there's a trail up there. So that's what I'm thinking. So they're not looking to camp, so not a lot of campers in here during the week, so perfect for me for my little pit stop. So there it is. I hope this isn't too jiggly. I lost my really nice selfie stick that had a really nice grip handle, so I'll have to order another one. I mean, I may find it, but in the meantime I think I'll still get another one, so I'll have a backup. I think that's always nice to be able to have that, because I seem to lose things a lot in that van. Even though, you know, I try so hard not to lose things, I do. And I think I just need 2 of a lot of everything that really matters to me. Oh well, I'll just fix that. Milo's underneath. He's always staying away from a lot of bugs. Let's see if I can zoom this in for you. Say hi, hi you two. Hi. Just hanging out underneath here. Yeah, just hanging out. Staying away from all the flying bugs. Yeah, and unfortunately, let me show you what's going on. And again, I'm sorry if I kind of get a little jiggly. Hopefully I'll do my best and get a new handle soon. Alright, so people leave a lot of paper, and unfortunately, if they continue to do this, these places will get shut down. So here's more tissue. They go to the bathroom. They don't dig and bury their tissue, which is just so unkind. I don't understand why they can't invest in a shovel. You know, it's just why? I don't get it. I mean, I've seen places far worse than this, but I'll still, you know, take care of it. And I have one of those little grippy things too that I can pick up tissue and trash and things like that. But I think I'll just kind of dig a little hole and bury it. That's what they should be doing. And further out away from camp. Why can't they go further and dig a hole? That's what they really should be doing. But anyways, a little rant. I'm sure you all hear us complain about that, and more areas are getting closed down, unfortunately. But anyways, on a positive note, look at that little tree right there. I think that tree is kind of cool. Look at the cool rainbow in my van. This is a first. Actually, what it is from my CD that I had out for learning the Native American flute. So there's my flute. And then I'd set it aside to work on other things. And I believe from the sun, maybe coming down from my skylight, just happened to go right into a position here. That's the only thing I can think of. And then it reflected right up on my van, the roof of my van. Isn't that cool? That has got to be the coolest thing. That's the only thing I can think of. All right, I just wanted to share. This is my start of my afternoon, about 12 o'clock, and I get this little present. Pretty fabulous. Okay, I'm going to show you what I'm going to make for dinner, and it's my low sodium. I guess everybody has their favorite thing that they're doing, like keto, or, you know, mine is go low sodium, right? With high blood pressure. All right, so I'm just sauteing a little bit of onions and olive oil. I've got some green beans going here with some shredded carrots, and I am using Mrs. Dash Now seasonings, and I use the chicken in the pot with the vegetables and garlic, and again low sodium. So then I'm going to put some turkey meat in here, and I'll brown that up, and then I'm going to use this, okay, the Clasco, and it's going to be the roasted red peppers. I hope this is coming out. Okay, maybe if I get away from the steam. And you can see, so I've been looking, so it's 300 milligrams, yes, in a quarter of a cup, but that's still not bad because I'm actually going to dilute this a little bit with the water that I'm cooking the vegetables in, so I'll kind of make it a little bit, you know, more loose, not a thick sauce. And I think that should be fine, and cut that down. And for a meal, that's fine. My total amount is 1,500 for a day, so that's not bad when you consider, you know, I'll dilute it. And then for a whole day, I also watch it on my other meals and just do a lot of salads and stuff like that that don't have a lot of sodium in it, so that'll be fine. Okay, so next, I browned the meat, and then I ended up putting the sauce in, and now I'm going to put the vegetables in, and then add a little bit of a top ramen noodle that's gluten-free, and it has 0 sodium in it, so I'll show you that. Okay, so this is the rice ramen noodles that I use. I get it at Costco, and it's gluten-free and has millet and brown rice ramen, basically, noodles. So I really like them. So what I do is I crumble them and then mix it in there because I just like smaller pieces. I really am not into like the spaghetti, long spaghetti kind, and you're trying to eat. I just like to mix it in with my vegetables. So I've got the green beans in here, or the, you know, vegetable mixture, and I only put enough water, just enough to steam it, but not enough to have a lot left over. So I try to really be conservative with my water. And again, I'm sorry I have to show you guys it this way, but I don't have a lot of room in my kitchen, remember, to do a lot of cooking videos or how-tos. So mostly it's just mixing things together and how I'm going to make low sodium meals. Okay. They come like this in these little tiny squares, and that's really all I'm going to put in there because it really goes a long way, and I am doing a more lower, even kind of carb. This is still considered a carb. And then it'll also absorb some of the moisture in there as well, and I'll crumble it up. Okay, so can you see how I just crumble it up? So they're just like in small pieces. I just use both hands and just, you know, just crumble it. All right, and then I'm going to mix this all in, and then I'll put the lid on, and then as soon as the noodles are done, I've got a nice little meal. A couple meals here actually for me. Okay, there it is finished, and I also wanted to mention I just put a tiny bit of a handful of Himalayan salt, or I would do Celtic salt because there's minerals in it, and not that table salt. So just a little pinch in there, not too much. All right, I hope this comes out okay. I did not put this on a stand or anything like that or get real fussy. So here is the meal. And why I do a little bit of, again, Himalayan salt or Celtic is even though you're on low sodium, you still need to have the minerals, and you want the good salt, or you'll throw your potassium level will be off to the sodium, because right now when the sodium's too high, the potassium is low, and you can reverse it. So it's really important to watch that you don't get it, you know, you keep it all together and not throw anything wacky off, and you do get trace minerals and things like that from your good salts. So just a little pinch, like it was just barely a little bit in the center of my hand, as I just a little bit in there. All right, so, and I'm not much to really eat in front of people. This is really good. So this is a winner. I've never done this before. It's the first time. I just had stuff on hand, so it's kind of like my little green bean goulash. That's what I'm going to be doing with my vegetables, and doing things like that with eating more vegetables than high sodium things, or even real carby as well. What I've been doing with my spaghettis, and I'll do that one of these times, is I get broccoli coleslaw. And I don't even use any noodles in that. I just use a sauce, the broccoli coleslaw, as, you know, basically like my noodles, and it comes out really, really good. Another one I might do with that one, if I remember the next time, is spaghetti squash. But again, I am diabetic, so I have to be careful with spaghetti squash because it is a very carby type of vegetable, so it's a high starch vegetable. So carrots I have to be careful. You think of anything that grows in the ground, you know, is a higher starch vegetable, but there's still some really important nutrients and things that you can still get from your vegetables. It's just I have to make sure it's a small quantity. So it's something I might do, but I'm not sure if I would end up using the whole squash though in a meal, unless I can think of some other things to do with it. But in the meantime, I've done the broccoli coleslaw. So that's an idea. Actually, I have some right here I can show you. So just a little broccoli coleslaw. Yep. And then, you know, put that in your sauce. You've got yourself a really good spaghetti, and forget the noodles. All right, so that's my tip. Anyway, so I wanted to share this meal, and I don't know if you can hear the frogs. Hear the ribbit. Can you hear them? So what I want to do in my videos, yeah, I think if I do it like this, then listen. I know it's dark out there. Let me put my light on. I don't know if you can see, but listen. I I hope you could hear that. It might have went dark, but it is so cool. I heard a lot of birds when I first got here before dark, and then now I hear the frogs. The frogs will be singing me to sleep tonight. All right, well, I'll see you the next day as I wrap up this video at this place, and I'll see you then. Well, while I was here, I did treat my clothing with some mosquito repellent, and it also does ticks too. So I have been wearing the same thing for the couple of days just to see how it was going to work out. I'm still not ready to do a review about it or say yes, thumbs up entirely yet. Overall, I think it did. I did get bit in a few spots on my arms if I didn't keep them with the stuff on them that I'm using. But again, stay tuned for a future video and I'll go over those products if they are really working or not. Definitely this is the big test for it because there's a lot of mosquitoes here. And I'm still recovering from all those other ones. It looked like I had the chicken pox. Yeah, so I think between this place and the next place that I'll be going to will definitely be a good test for my repellents, the ones that I got, and if it's working, so stay tuned. But it's supposed to work, I think, when you treat your clothes. I believe it's for 2 weeks or 14 days, but don't take my word on that yet. So let me just kind of go over the directions, the products, see if I'm getting the results and duration and things like that, because this has only been 2 days. Now technically you have to spray your clothing and put it out, let it dry for 2 hours before you wear it. So I kind of didn't want to do that with new clothing yet. I just kind of wanted to see how I was going to do with this outfit so far. So we'll see. Alright, so stay tuned for future videos on that. And I hope you enjoyed my little pit stop place for, you know, now. And I'll see you down at the next place as I work my way down to the city and then back out again for a while, you know, until I wrap up my business here. All right, so I love you all, and I'll see you in the next video.